Hey folks, Bill Gallagher here for round 4 of this league. We're currently 3-0. Playing against Clone 103. I wonder if they have cloned me. We're going to be playing a mirror match. Well, against literally anything we play, this hand is not good. We're throwing this one back. Aether Vial is a great card. Hopefully it saves me from this terrible hand. Go on. I like what you're doing. Yes. So what plays Mox Opal and Grim Monolith? The only thing I can think of is like OG Mud. But it wouldn't surprise me that this is like some blue stompy deck. I think there's merit in just holding up Source of Plowshares. But I'm just going to slam the Vial and we'll see what's up next turn. I hope they just like play something like a Wormcoil Engine that I can just like Source the Plowshares and then like move on with my life. Okay. They might just be like Mystic Forge combo. That would make sense now. In which case my Swords of Plowshares is actually probably pretty bad. Yes. Yes. So how am I going to beat that? They just lattice me next turn, and I'm going to have a 2-2. They might just bridge now. There's a Basalt Monolith in the sideboard. Sure. I mean, I feel dead. We're going to play this one out for the fans out there. That needs to go to bottom. And this is questionable. So my opponent's just going to lattice me, so I probably can't cast this. But in the hypothetical world where I kill this Karn, this getting a Batterskull is not the worst. So we're going to have to like keep an eye on Karn's loyalty here. They need to probably play something like a bridge or any blocker or something to invalidate my attack. They have a billion D mana. So effectively, the Manifold Key, right. The Manifold Key and the Voltaic Key effectively tap for 2 mana. It costs 1 to untap something, and then you net 2 mana, since Grim and Basalt Monolith add 3. My opponent is tutoring with 4 mana available. Like, I assume we're just getting Mesmeric Orb. Is Mesmeric Orb just clearing the top of the library for Mystic Forge? Well, that's awfully cute. Huh. I mean, I'm intrigued. So there's Echo of Eons in here too? Sorry, I'm just kind of dumbfounded by what's happening right now. I've never seen a build quite like this. Like, my opponent can probably go real deep into their deck, and now they have Echo of Eons for a draw 7 if they need it. They might not even need it, I don't know. How are they going to kill me? Are they just going to, like, ballista me down at the end of the day? Is there going to be, like, power artifact in here, and they're going to go infinite? What have you milled? LED. Alright, so there's main deck Mesmeric Orbs, so it is considered part of a combo. Opponent's permanent's dancing around a whole lot. So this new Karn can safely lattice me and lock me out of the game. Right, there is Aether Flux Reservoir? Isn't that like the giant laser card? Alright, hold on. Whenever you cast a spell, gain 1 life for each spell you've cast this turn. My god. Pay 50 life to deal 50 damage to any target. So I don't know how many spells my opponent has cast, but I think I'm dead. Beautiful. I love it. So I don't know if what my opponent's doing is actually good, but it's cool as fuck. Alright. I'm gonna say it. Deafening Silence looks pretty good here. Pithing Needle on Karn seems great. Cataclysm seems stellar. Council's Judgment seems good. And then I'm not sure where exactly I fall on these pieces of Graveyard Hate. I think they can actually be very good if my opponent's going on this self-mill plan. So I saw 0 creatures. So let's get those out of here. I saw some blue mana, but it feels like my opponent's deck is like monoed colored stuff. So let's get Mom out of here. And the equipment package is relatively weak against Karn. I wouldn't be surprised if there's Urza in my opponent's deck. I don't think I want Jisei. I might just want Mirren Crusader to help close out games. I'm not sure about this sword. Thalia Heretic Cathar is probably medium. Palace Jailer is probably too slow, but is one-sided. Just Howling Mine. I think I want to cut 2 Stone Forges. Maybe I should cut the equipment package even harder. You know, I'm not even sure that I should mess around with the equipment package. So what if I go, like, cut this and just play more beaters? Like, play Crusader, play Cleric, and then play the 3 Graveyard Hate cards. That leaves me with 23 creatures. I'm less soft to Karn. And I have... Well, I'm less soft to Karn on 2 different fronts. I don't know. I might be over sideboarding here. I like, literally do not know how to sideboard for this matchup. I have no experience whatsoever. I think this hand is medium, but I will keep it. It's a Legacy Premier League tonight. Yeah. I'm playing Jarvis, and Autumn plays Manguchi. I've been wished good luck. If I win, it's all due to Clone 103's luck. Let it be known. Alright. Planes, go. We'll have a Revoker turn 2, which will probably name Karn, although I could be convinced to name a Mana Rock if my opponent plays one out. Ooh, and my opponent has trophied with their list, so if you were curious about the list, don't worry, it will be up later this week. I think the 5-0 lists usually end up going up on, like, Sunday? Alright, so real questions. Do I just revoke Karn here, or do I snipe the Ancient Tomb? For those of you playing along at home, the answer is snipe the crap out of that Ancient Tomb. It delays the Karn, and it also gives me the opportunity to Phyrexian Revoker a mana source if my opponent misses a land drop. So the Mox Opal currently doesn't produce mana, and may not produce mana for very long, given Lotus Petal as a draw. So I would not fault anyone for just going after one of these. But I'm gonna have my eyes on the big prize here. My opponent plays Mystic Forge. Hopefully they don't draw too many cards, and I can just Council's Judgment it away. Opponent has a scary amount of mana now. And nothing to do with it? Okay. I'm very suspicious about what's going on over there. I think we're going to do it like this. So I'm going to Flicker with my land, and then Wasteland, probably the Ancient Tomb. There's arguments for both Ancient Tomb and City of Traders. The other argument was to just like play Charming Prince, Flicker Revoker onto one of the mana sources, and then take out one of these as well. So the argument for wasting City is that it costs my opponent 2 life per activation, and I already have 5 power in play. The argument for letting the Ancient Tomb stay around is that it's going to hurt my opponent. But playing any land causes them to lose the City of Traders, so I'm going to nug the Ancient Tomb. Again, could totally understand people going either way on that decision. All right, they now have Metalcraft. Excuse me. It's rather cold outside. I need to make a cup of tea before my next match or something. Nice. Super happy to see that. I think we're going to take a classic play here of Flicker Wisp, my Flicker Wisp, and use that to flicker out a permanent for their turn. I think I'm going to awkwardly choose the City of Traders. This will let my opponent like actually make a land drop and then like keep that land around. But denying 2 mana is very strong when one of my opponent's mana sources is a Lotus Petal. Oh? I mean, yeah. That occurs. I'm going to name Mox Opal here rather than Mystic Forge, and then I'm just going to scry with Charming Prince. Oh, those are cards. I think I'm going to top both of those and draw the Surgical first. I feel like I'm pretty favored to win this match. And I would love to Surgical to see what my opponent's deck looks like. Like, even if it means just Surgicaling and Echoing Truth or something. I would really like to do that. Show me what you're working with or concede. Alright. Surgical Extraction is a Death Laser for the win. I think I like how we've sideboarded. Slightly concerned that my opponent had so many cards in hand but did not do anything that game. That may be indicative of there's like a piece of the puzzle that I have not yet seen. I'm not gonna kind of like sweat the small stuff here. But unless it was some real big mana card, my opponent had 4 mana for multiple turns. And they could have played something. So maybe they had, excuse me, a fistful of Karns, but I don't know. At the point where you have a fistful of Karns, you got to even just like consider playing one out just as a distraction, but I guess you lose a Lotus Petal in doing that. Yep, looks great. I wonder how quickly my opponent's deck can Goldfish. I feel like turn 3 is possible. I wonder if it can do it on turn 2. Like maybe with like an Ancient Tomb, Monolith Key opener or something. Alright, that's an annoyance, but not the end of the world. Ooh, I like this. Yes. Am I playing Athalia this turn? I think I am. If my opponent just trades Ballista for Thalia, I am A-okay with that. And if my opponent uses their Basalt Manolith mana to grow that thing again, I also think I'm okay with that. We have Flicker Wisp around the corner, so we can Flicker Wisp this Ballista if it's not dead. Somewhat considering just surgicaling Walking Ballista right here. But I'm not going to do it. Alright. What do you get with your Karn? So, I didn't have the opportunity to get that Echo of Eons with Surgical Extraction, just kind of due to how the cards work. But I should cast Surgical Extraction here. I'm trying to decide if I'm more scared of what might be a Singleton Walking Ballista, or if I'm scared of LED and doing this dance again. And I think I'm scared of LED and doing this dance again. Awkwardly, the thing that I extract can be wished for by Karn later. Alright, so there's 2 Ballistas. And we definitely need to snip what's left of this. So my opponent has 2 Walking Ballistas as the only win conditions that are currently in the main deck. So Revoker on Karn is insanely good if it gets around to my turn. I don't know that it will. You know, things can happen. Opponent could get a Mystic Forge and just absolutely go ham. Keys end up just being a +1 mana right now when played from hand. So I'm not like super scared of them. Alright, so my opponent has 2 Echoing Truths that I need to be concerned with as well. So this turn is going to be Revoke Karn. And next turn will be Sanctum Prelate on 2 to stop Echoing Truth. Uh-oh. Too slow. Too slow. It's going to be a Lattice. Yep. All right. GG's. Well played, opponent. Your deck is totally sweet. I'll be back tomorrow for more daily D&T, and I hope you are enjoying it. Just as a reminder, since the first video of this aired on Tuesday this week, this one will be running through Saturday. See you tomorrow.